American Board's online program allows you to set your own schedule for a price that fits your budget. Visit www.americanboard.org. That's americanboard.org for more information on how you can become a Missouri teacher. Fox News Commentary.
The State Department has halted all visitor visas from Gaza. I'm Tanya Marin. More next.
Need life insurance but have diabetes, high blood pressure, or on anxiety meds? If you're a 50-year-old male, even 40, or with type 2 diabetes, $1 million of life insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. For affordable term life insurance, call Term Provider and speak with Big Lou at 800-444-2013. 800-444-2013 or visit BigLou.com. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. 800-444-2013.
Immediately, all visitor visas for those coming from Gaza have been halted while the State Department reviews the issuing process. This comes after the Trump administration vowed to crack down on the vetting process for visa applicants, including a thorough sweep of social media accounts for radical ideology. This is common sense. Visas are not a right, they're a privilege and a national security decision. Under Otto Penn Joe, the USA became a dumping ground for the world's problems. Every unvetted Tom, Dick, and Harry from all corners of planet Earth were allowed to come here with little to no questions asked. The reckless move put America in danger, but that mistake is being corrected under the Trump administration. The free-for-all is over. The game of Russian roulette with American lives is over. If you're coming into this country as a guest and you hate this country, everything it stands for, and you pose a threat to our well-being, you are not welcome here. The memo to the rest of the world has been sent. I'm Tommy Lahren, and you can watch my show, Tommy Lahren is Fearless, at Outtake.com.
KFBQ Middays roll on with a check of the market.
And taking a look at the Chicago Board of Trade, September corn down 3 cents at $3.80. December down 3 as well, 403.5. March corn down 3 1/4, 421. September soybeans 8.5 cents lower, 10.12 1/4. November down 8.5 at 10.32 3/4. January beans down 7 3/4 at 10.52 1/4 cent. September soybean meal $3.60 higher now, 2.8410. September soybean oil down $1.51 a barrel, 51.76. September wheat out of Chicago 4 3/4 cents lower, 4.98. December up 4 1/4, 5.20 3/4. March Chicago wheat down 4 5.40. September wheat out of Kansas City 6 cents lower, $5 1/4 cents. December down 6 at 5.22 1/4. March wheat out of KC down 5 1/4, 5.41 1/4 cents. September oats 4.5 cents lower now, 3.32 1/2 penny. Over the livestock trade on the market deal, October live cattle 75 cents higher, 231.92. December up 57 at 233.85. February live cattle 80 cents at 235.20. September feeder cattle $2.70 on the plus side at 253.62. October up 307 to 253.32. November feeders up 337 to 351.70. October lean hogs back down changed now, $90.12. December down 60 at 82.85. February lean hogs 57 cents lower at $85.67. In the financials, the Dow Jones down 16 at 44,895. The Nasdaq down 321, down 21,308. Crude oil down 99 cents a barrel, 62.43. Gold futures down 16.40 at 3,361.60. That's been a check of the markets on KFBQ. I'm Nathan Steeblay.
When severe weather is in our area, make sure you're listening to 680 KFBQ on 95.3 FM for Up to the Minute coverage. Sponsored by Affordable Insurance Solutions. Call 676-2886. When others say no, Jeff says yes.
It's the 50th anniversary of Missouri Hall of Fame sports broadcaster John Rooney worked for the network in the early years.
Congratulations to Deerfield, Missouri Net. 50 years. I don't know where the time went, but it's unbelievable where Missouri Net evolved into the Tiger Network and then on to Deerfield Sports and how big that has become over the years. All of the local areas of Jefferson City, Missouri. To say I was a part of that, I'm quite proud.
Not everyone recognizes they might have a gambling problem. How do you know if gambling is a problem for you? Ask yourself the following questions. Have you felt the need to bet more and more money? Have you ever lied to something important to you about how much you gamble? If your answer is yes to either of these questions, free confidential help is available at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm okay. You're not okay. It's normal to have diarrhea and stomach pain. Sometimes, but not as often as you do. I've got this under control. No, you don't.
working to support those affected.
If you're over in school, if you live in a rural area or back in Kentucky, those people are able to reach out to Social Security and ask about a waiver. We're still a little concerned about how those people might know to ask for a waiver. It doesn't seem like there has been very much education being sent out.
Missouri Council on Aging plans to host a webinar in September to explain upcoming changes. While some changes are coming to Missouri's 811 service, the legislature approved a bill that requires contractors call Missouri 811 2 business days before doing any excavation work. They will have to complete the work in 21 days. Republican Josh Hurlburt of Smithville sponsored the legislation in the Missouri House.
The other part of this bill, it also requires that any new lines being put into the ground, they have to have some sort of electronic detector mechanism to it, whether that's tracer wire so that they can be easily found or some other means of electronically being able to tell where these lines are at.
Hurlburt says those provisions were already in the bill before the tragic house explosion in April that killed a 5-year-old boy. It happened when a subcontractor drilled into an unmarked natural gas line, according to findings released by the National Transportation Safety Board. Missouri is giving away a bridge. If you are in the market for one, Sue Danielson has this story.
The 1950s-era Theodosia Camelback-style bridge at Bolsho's Lake is free, although there's a pretty big catch. You have to pay to move it. MoDOT's Eric Schroeder admits it's unlikely they'll have any takers for the 1,800-foot bridge, which will soon be replaced by a $100 million bigger bridge. He says replacing old bridges keeps them busy.
Missouri has approaching 25,000 bridges because we're blessed with water. We have lots of creeks and streams and rivers.
Schroeder says they do have another free bridge available. It's just 400 feet long. He says sometimes the smaller outdated bridges can be used for recreational trails. Sue Danielson, MissouriNet.
Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey will soon step down to join the Trump administration. Bailey will become co-deputy director of the FBI. He plans to resign as Missouri's 44th Attorney General September 8th. Governor Mike Kehoe has announced that he will appoint former Missouri House Speaker Catherine Hanaway as the next Attorney General. The wait is almost over for the 2025 class of the St. Joseph Area Sports Hall of Fame to have their names enshrined and put up on the walls. St. Joseph Sports Commission Executive Director Brett Easley says this is a class he calls gritty. But there's also one thing that stands out about the 2025 class.
You have folks in this class that were really good at what they did, but you have folks that were really good mentors and helped other people either achieve their best or just get to a level where they felt comfortable. And I think that's a huge piece of what a Hall of Famer is you're great at what you do, but you're great at making people comfortable and better at what they do. And there's a lot of that in this class also.
9 individuals, 1 team, 1 Special Olympic athlete will have their names etched into the St. Joseph history books during Sunday's enshrinement ceremony. That's news. I'm Brett Martin. For these stories and more, visit stjosephpost.com.
I always have to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. It's the paper too. The limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million